Hello friends, welcome to this channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. This is the 120th episode. I'm going to discuss about AR in action. I'm sure all of you are technology savvy, so you know AR is augmented reality in action and how it is going to contribute in real-time problem solving at a shop floor level. That's a plant floor. That is what is the objective of this particular episode. Before starting up the discussions, I want to share more about our company, our focus, our passion. We have designed this concept Center of Excellence Pharma 4 with an objective that various emerging technologies like cloud, AI, blockchain, robotics, chatbot, machine learning, big data are coming up. Each technology has got a certain uniqueness, but we have to make use of all these various technologies in an integration to solve the challenges into pharma industry. Pharma industry is facing challenges into managing entire digital supply chain management. A lot of regulatory requirements are there. And at the same time, companies are planning to move to Pharma 4. That's like an industry 4. Keeping this in mind, we have designed a lot of knowledge base based on our 45 years of experience. And we are working with the pharma industries in implementing the technologies, adoption of technologies for more than 35 years. And based on our experience, design this knowledge. So information is available at our website, respa.com. We have also designed a course, Smart Manufacturing in Pharma at Udemy platform. Presently, there are 20 modules are there. You can pick and choose the module of your choice and then go on extending it. Our YouTube channel was launched about 5 years back. Today it has 385 videos are there covering from business strategies going up to the audits and validations. Our podcast, which you are listening, I'm very glad to share that this podcast is been listened in more than 45 countries, and there is an excellent response from all around the world. And seems to be very useful for those who are looking at it for upscaling their skills with the technologies as well as the challenges into the industry. We also have a book series, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. Presently, there are 10 books are being published. These are available on Amazon, both in Kindle format as well as paperback. The links are also available over here. So let's start with the agenda. I want to give you a brief overview about artificial intelligence in pharma manufacturing. The applications which are discussed over here is like equipment maintenance and troubleshooting, quality control and inspection, compliance verification and regulatory excellence, training and knowledge transfer, remote assistance and collaboration, market dynamics and strategic value creation, operational excellence and competitive advantage, implementation excellence and strategic framework, future directions and strategic evolution. So with this brief discussions about the agenda, let us start about how the real-time manufacturing can really work with AR. This transforming of our augmented reality, virtual realities, various things are going to contribute into the digital supply chain management. I'm going to discuss about augmented reality. Presently, it has been observed those companies where they have started implementing it, it has achieved almost a 90% of success rate, and 40% tasks are getting faster done. That's the completion is much faster. And human errors are being reduced to almost 90%. That means hardly 10% errors are remaining. AI-powered work instructions are available. This eliminates the need of any paper documents or computer screens or something like that. These are provided in a contextual, in a real-time guidance, and that ensures the correct execution of the procedures. At manufacturing level, we have to take into consideration the lot of procedures about like an SOPs, and where we have to keep it in mind about operating procedures, and operating trainings are required, and regulatory documentations are to be maintained. So a lot of those things are there. It has also been observed that when Pfizer has implemented this particular thing, there is a significant reductions in equipment setups and changeover, which are really required when you shift from one product, one batch to the another product. So you have a cleaning documents which are to be done, those are to be followed up and all that. And this really helps in the critical production processes when they shift from one product, one batch to next product, next batch. The cleaning validations and everything is really taken into consideration. So real-time SOP compliance checking is easily possible with AR. That's basically an advantage. This helps in 90% success rates, and compliance violations are not there. This has been reduced almost to the 5% or 95%. Things are really working smoothly. Intelligent AR systems are getting developed, which continuously monitor the operator actions and all, and that provides the immediate feedback if there are any deviations or something. This is very essential for the pharmaceutical companies that this operates under the strict regulatory requirements. So there are no possibilities of any oversights or something like that. And this prevents a significant regulatory violations, and production delays are being reduced. Actually, that's a major benefit which have been observed. Automated compliance checkings are possible. This eliminates the human error in manual reporting, and this ensures the execution according to the validated protocols which have been defined as in SOPs or something. That is about at a manufacturing shop floor level. Second benefit is into the predictive maintenance alerts. So this again is observed that almost 90% success rates are being achieved, and this reduces the maintenance costs, which can save about 30 to 50%. So cost reduction is there. And this maintenance cost gets reflected into manufacturing cost. So you get a benefit onto manufacturing cost. Besides that, there are intangible benefits like quantity and quality is being maintained and all those sort of a thing. This prevents equipment failure in a real-time alerts. So AR can guide you about adoption into predictive maintenance. As you know, we are now working with the IoTs. IoTs, we have various parameters like vibration, temperature, pressures, and all those parameters are getting recorded from the IoT sensors directly into the system. This goes into the system along with the artificial intelligence, which is doing a data analysis for suggesting the predictive maintenance. So predictive maintenance will help you to tell that you should do a preventive maintenance, maybe the various activities depending upon your equipment, pumps, compressors, this vessels and digesters and all those various things. Or if you look at it, the tablet manufacturing, capsule manufacturing, all those equipments are also there. There, those process parameters are recorded, and this identifies a possibility of potential failures before they occur. And AR can get integrated, and that will give you a visualization with the predictive analytics and will ask technicians to carry out the required maintenance activities. And AR will help you to identify and do the necessary activities, which will help to reduce those unexpected failures, and then there won't be any downtime onto the production and all that. So this transformative operational revolution, AI technologies converge with a real-time problem solving, and this is also helping to create a intelligent manufacturing environment, so that now it really takes into consideration the possibilities of any disruptions or something like that. And this data-rich ecosystem works with artificial intelligence, and this helps in physical manufacturing environments to reduce those downtimes and reduce the this maintenance cost and all also. Now, coming to the market, actually, since these benefits are being observed and every company is now looking at it for achieving their production targets with minimum downtime, at the same time getting a good quality product to the customers or the patient's satisfaction is a objective. So there is a huge marketing growth is there, and many pharma companies are now looking at it for adoption of this AR to achieve those completion tasks at the shop floor level. Now, AR also helps in a remote expert assistance also. Like this helps in improving the implementation success rates and reduces the cost of traveling by a senior person who is going to give the guidance to the shop floor people and all that sort of a thing. This is now communication is available with the AR platforms and all, and then that real-time guidance is available to plan it out and take a necessary corrective actions and all. So visual interfaces and collaborative problem solving is now available. So some of the groups which have started implementing adopting this have observed that the complex processes which are there, which may not be familiar with the shop floor people and all that sort of a thing. Now they are getting a confidence of process optimization. This is what is the benefit to which companies can get in. And this is now becoming an essential for the global manufacturing network, because manufacturing networks are also increasing from different geographies, different countries, different locations and all. And getting all those expertise at those places may be a big challenge. So this is where AR is going to contribute it. Now, this also helps in a visual quality inspection. So, this again, as I mentioned, implementation success depends upon how AR is going to contribute it. So, this helps in a improved inspection accuracy. Gives a consistent quality standards and quality specifications, acceptance criteria, and inspection procedures are also followed up and all that sort of thing. This helps in elimination of the variability and takes into consideration the quality control requirement, regulatory requirement, and this ensure that all required quality checks are being followed, and these are being done as per the established protocols and all that sort of thing. And this helps in moving to the intelligent inspection systems. So now we already have uh, some processes and all. Now we are adopting to the processes based on to the AR and all. But as artificial intelligence is contributing it, we are all expecting to that contribution to come and build up intelligent inspection systems. So based on to the AI technology, that is what is the objective. Automated documentation capture, which is the most important thing, as we discussed in various episodes, which are focused on to uh, IoTs, how these sensors are capturing the data, how that data is getting integrated and stored, how it gets interfaced with artificial intelligence, and how it can give a guidance to the various stakeholders to take necessary corrective actions and all. This is what is more important. So we are now really looking to this automated documentation. One is from your batch manufacturing record, it may be from your regulatory requirement point of view and all. And this is where it is reducing the manual documentation effort because there are maybe a possibility of making some human error. While in automated systems, this is not really possible at all. So all those data about the quality activities, inspections, results, compliances, everything goes through a automated system, and this maintains a very comprehensive records of for the regulatory compliances and all. This reduces not only the time of maintaining document, but this becomes almost as good as zero errors, and this helps in saving the time at the same time helping the auditors to develop a confidence into the systems and all this. So this minimizes the administrative burden which is there onto the shuffler people or the skills which are there. This eliminates the delays and error. That's another benefit which has been observed. So compliance verification system, this high implementation success rate really helps in automating all those verification, and this verifies the compliance with the standard design protocols. So no, there won't be any deviations at all actually, because all data is directly captured and stored into the systems and all. And this helps when you are really want to work strictly as per the GMP requirement, as good manufacturing practices requirement. And this prevents a significant regulatory penalties if they are applicable. No? So now there won't be any such disruption, there won't be any deviations into the data, and it's all a real-time basis. So there won't be any such penalties will be applicable and also in the real time you will have a good systems and all. Now integrating with the regulatory reporting. Now this is where, as I've discussed, we are capturing the data. Now we have to move further to build the required documentation. Now, as per the compliances, as per the regulatory requirements and all, we have to maintain a lot of regulatory documentation and all. So this gets integrated with the regulatory reporting from the quality management system, regulatory requirement system, to maybe auditor systems and also automatically generates all required documentation and is available almost at an online system. So you don't have to spend time on to building up that, and it is almost errorless. So that gives you another confidence and all. So the automation benefits are there that the perfect regulatory records are being maintained and without any human resources requirements and all. That's another benefit. Now, interactive on-job training. As you know, there are a lot of changes are always taking place in technologies, in regulatory documentation, or maybe sometimes depending upon the your parent companies or something, or new documentation requirements are there. So this is where the again you have to take into consideration the training and implementation cost and all this. This is done by on-the-job training actually. So AI can really help your team, your skills to get familiar with the new technologies which are available, and that improves the process efficiency. So through AI, you can do that also. And the learning experience gained by the shop floor people is tremendous. They get a hands-on learning in a virtual environment and all. And this reduces the mistakes, safety risks, and time and cost actually. So faster mastering onto this complex task really help in fastering the task masters and then the AR support which is available. The skills which are requires to be assessments and validation are something like the augmented reality technology should be there. No, the shuffler skills have to really get familiar into that. It really works on a real-time virtual guidance, and that enhances the technician's efficiency. So your technician efficiencies get uh, develop this technology adoption. And what we always say that the technology operation is one part of it, but the data is to be taken into consideration for the decision making. So we always discuss about the data-driven decision making because that can really help you to take the necessary corrective actions or think about it how it can be used for more innovations into the procedures and all that sort of a thing. And that enhances the technician's efficiency also. And this efficiency contribution becomes into the shop floor, and then your product quality, quantity, everything goes on improving at a local level as well as at the corporate levels also. This assembling the applications data about the equipment assembly is also to be discussed it out, and this also helps at a plant shop floor level, which also helps in improving and the speed of the operations or any deviation of the parameters or disruptions which is likely to come. Safety protocol enforcements is another thing which is more important from the pharma industry's point of view. In a real time, there are always safety guidelines, so they're either onto the hazardous equipment or maybe from the machine operator point of view, it should be the safety procedures are to be followed up and all that sort of a thing. And this will be applicable to all those employees and then maintaining those regulatory compliance documentation that all those processes or procedures are followed up and all that. I think that's more important. So this is where all those things are being maintained in all. Now, remote troubleshooting is also there, as we discussed earlier. The equipments are likely to have some critical process parameters issues, or they're going beyond the limit or something like that. And you have to take necessary action to rectify them. And then this is where the virtual guidance is available from the VR system. And this many a times those technicians may or may not be really aware about those problems which are likely to happen. But your AR system can really help them, and then they can take a necessary corrective action so that no, there won't be any disruptions. And then you take a necessary condition when equipment are working, they are properly carried out and all that sort of a thing. The real-time problem solving resolution is also there. Uh, as I mentioned in the last slides, real-time data about the production and process parameters for all those is available. And when you take a necessary rectification or correction, this reduces the production delay. So the problem identification and resolution also helps a lot into the pharma industry. And this consultation with the uh, physical presence with the necessary experts or something like that, or supervisors or something, can really help in maintaining the good quality product with minimum disruptions and all this thing. So this prevents any supply shortages and may ensure that the patient gets a good medicine of the quality medicines and all that sort of thing. That's the benefit of them. So I also discussed earlier about the market growth, but here I'm just sharing some of the figures which are available. Our research team has done some data compilation over here. So expected market, which was around 0.6 billion by 2018, is likely to cross maybe 4 billion by 2026 and all. And this really helps to drive the industry for or pharma for requirement, which is growing up by year to year about 26%. That's a substantial thing actually. Now looking at it, AR market which is valued about 15 billion in 2024 is growing up at a speed of 18% through 2030. So this is going to be a substantial opportunity because a lot of companies who have seen or who have implemented have seen many benefits, and they also want to extend it to the other plants, other locations, other operations and all that. So pharmaceutical industry is now ready to adopt to this AI technologies. Now, looking at it, the financial impact, now we have to really look at the ROI because this type of a systems design, development, implementation is they are long term and this requires a lot of investments. But you also get substantial savings according to that. So strategic value creation is there is based on two accelerated problem resolution, improved safety performance, and enhanced regulatory compliance. So competitive positioning is really possible. That really helps by adoption of their air investments and all. Sustainable competitive advantages are there. This helps in a superior operational efficiency, enhance safety performance, and improve the regulatory mandate. So when you are looking for the performance metrics with a mature AR capability, your equipment utilization will go up, your maintenance cost will come down, your quality compliance will take shape and all that sort of a thing. And then you will have a workforce productivity also that's improved. So long term, there are many benefits from the organizational building point of view, and these innovations and market responsiveness will contribute a lot. So integration with the Industry 4 initiative. See, as I discussed in the beginning, our focus is always to help companies to adopt to and achieve that Pharma 4 recognition. And Pharma 4 recognition also helps in the integration with a lot of other initiatives also. I mentioned it in the during beginning of the lecture also that this is a combination of artificial intelligence, IoTs, blockchain, robotics, digital twin, and augmented reality, that AI reality. They all have to really work together. And this is where there are always the challenges of implementation part of it. You have to train those all skills and then get them familiar with how they can adapt to this particular technology. So autonomous manufacturing environments are really going to help, and that will be useful in continuous performance optimization and maintain the perfect regulatory and compliance testing also. So with a lot of those integration technologies are there. Now we have to also think about the technology architecture. See, in all companies, whether small or big or something like that, there are always some of the technology are in implemented and they are also in operations and all. This may be a particular enterprise solution, manufacturing execution system, maybe laboratory information systems or something, or manufacturing execution system. So these systems are already in process. So we have to do a integration with this existing system from the data quality, security, real-time performance monitoring, and all that sort of a thing. So technology complexities are also increasing, looking at the benefits and all that. But at a shop floor level, we have to implement them because otherwise the data will not get captured, it will not get shared with the decision makers and all this thing. So that we have to really go on integrating it. So you should have a device compatibility, data security, all those parameters related to the data generation, capturing the data, accepting the data, analyzing the data, sharing the data with the stakeholders and all this. It becomes a very important area from the pharma industry point of view. So you have to keep thinking about that also. Then comes the cloud-based AI platform. Now, as you know, we are all moving from analog systems uh, to a digital system where all this data will go to the cloud or the data storage, where it's a cloud where AI platform all been developed. They all work together and all. And this eliminates the need for the massive infrastructure investment. No, you don't need a huge investments to capture the data or something like that. But this data needs to be captured. So you have to think, go on sharing with all your various stakeholders, and then you have to plan a uh, scalability of the operations at a global level. So you can include artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoTs, and all that. That will help you to reduce the internal development cycle time and all that sort of thing. So continuous platform improvements has to really take shape and all that. Another factor is more of a change management. What has been observed during the last our 30-35 years of industry experience, companies are investing heavily onto adoption of these various like technology platforms, but there is a big challenge of resistance from the senior people who are not ready to accept to this basically because it's a change process and all that sort of a thing. So we have to really keep this as a challenge, and this comprehensive change management strategies should really address the technology and organizational challenges. It should really consider the process redesigning, capabilities, developments, and many more areas which are really to be thought about it. So that is the way it's taking some more time than what really expected. But we are now in a process of shifting to the AI-driven guiding the applications and all this sort of thing. So I'm quite sure based on to the what you have listened it, what I have shared it with you, this is going to be a big technology game changer into pharma industries actually. So we are now shifting to the AR-guided operations and all. This is where we are moving from traditional paper-based systems to the more digital transformation systems and all. So the fundamental changes into the interaction and manufacturing are there. And this is where AR is going to contribute it. So now, how we are going to develop this new competencies? As I was discussing, is that we have to have that adoption of the change management, cultural change. Those users who have to really learn the new technologies and adopt to them and all. So developing these new competencies is more important. Digital literacy is now available, but you have to follow it, you have to accept it, you have to get familiar with it. Now, collaborative problem-solving skills are also getting developed because different skills are having different expertise, like technology or business operations, or maybe data solving, data sharing, data integrity, and all this, etc. So interdisciplinary collaborations are really going to work in a much better way, stronger way, and all this thing. And this is where AI technology experts are really going to contribute it. So investments into capability development is another requirement where you have to focus and train up the teams for the investments and benefits. Then you have to think about the significant improvements in the training program. And finally, enabling the workforce to leverage AI technologies and uh, effectively how they can be implemented. Now, emerging technologies are also coming up, like as I mentioned, uh, some of the technologies are available, but there's constantly upgrades are available because companies have learned that their human intervention has to be reduced. More and more online, more and more automation should be thought about it. So, like predictive maintenance and using the optimum solution with the historical data. And then the new technology like edge computing is also coming up. We should really make use of all this. So integration with a digital twin is also a benefit. Digital twin creates a virtual network, virtual thing, like what really is happening it at a manufacturing level. And this AR overlays that provides the real-time insights into physical and operational conditions. So that guides you to go to the digital simulation. So testing process changes virtually is really going to be a big benefit. Continuous process optimization. That means a regular checkup should be there. IoTs can really help you to take a regular data about the various process parameters and all this sort of thing. So analyzing them can really help you to transform the manufacturing operations to the new thing and all. Now strategic competitiveness has to really build up to have a industry leadership. Every company is now looking at it for achieving operational and business excellence. They want to really develop a safety performance among their own organization. At the same, give that safety confidence to the patients also. So a lot of those technology capabilities are coming up. I'm not going to discuss all them over here. Those are already been discussed on two various other episodes also. But I want to really make you aware that these things are possible and this thing you should also look at it and maybe subscribe our channel. So you will also get a lot of inputs information over there. So you have to think about the transformation toward the AI-enabled manufacturing excellence. See, the entire transformation is going to be various things like cloud migration, IoT, blockchain, robotics, so AI is also going to be a contributing factor into manufacturing excellence and also significant benefits will come from the AI transformations and all. This represents major advancements also. So strategic implementations of AI technology is going to bring benefits of creating a new paradigm of the manufacturing excellence and all this. So future of AI is going to depend upon the this AI adoptions and all. Now there are further technology are coming up, advancement. So there is a transition from reactive manual processes to proactive system. This helps enhancing the human capabilities also. This accelerates the problem-solving approach. You get used to immersive technologies, conceptual guidance for quick resolution of those challenges and all. This ensure the critical procedures which are to be followed and all, and that leads to the operational excellence, business excellence, and all that. So, with this all that brief discussions, I think you have some basic idea about the AR applications into the manufacturing area, into the operating areas, how those operating skills will get trained onto this, and how it will bring the quantitative and qualitative benefits to the industry. So this is also been discussed onto other platform. Do look at them also. Share with your colleagues. Do write to us if you have any suggestions. Thank you. Bye.